Recording. Hey, Denise.
Hi, Raynisha.
Oh, how are you today?
I'm doing okay. I've been having better weeks for the last, couple of weeks. I've been really trying to exercise and go to the gym. I know that helps my depression and my grief. Also, last week I was really good. I did yoga twice, so it like really centered me. And I also I've been noticing that the more time I spend with my friends or the more planning, it's also just in the planning, like, oh, good, I get to go see, this weekend I went to see my son and his little family. We went to Santa Barbara, and it just, it just boosts myself, just, I don't know, it just makes me feel so much better when I have something on the social calendar, which sounds silly, but I know that I'm a social person and I need people around me. It's almost like I need, now that I'm not working and I don't have everybody around me, I know that I need people more than ever. I am an extrovert, I am even as I went to work, there were unpleasant people. Even those people I kind of miss, which sounds crazy, but it's just being in an environment with lots of people and then now living at home, which thankfully I'm not all alone. I have my son here, but I think if I was here all alone and he wasn't here, I don't think I would be doing as well as I am. I get to cook dinners and develop a routine, and I think that's been really helpful to me. The routines, having him here, and it also makes me feel safe, that he's here. I do live in San Bernardino, so it helps me that he's here, and also i can I can leave my dog, he's here. I don't have to worry about that, and just, visit with my friends or go to the gym or just do the things that I need to do. So I really do feel grateful about that. So even when sometimes I get really depressed and sad, and it's not all day though. It's like I have moments that are sad, triggered by like a sad song or, something like that. But I know in my mind that it's like, I loved my husband. So that's why I'm in grief. I'm so sad that he's not here. I miss him so much. Um, so this weekend I'm going to San Diego to meet with his daughters. It's my husband's birthday on Monday, so they wanted to do something for his birthday. So I'm going to San Diego. We're going to have dinner for him, and as sad and as hard as I know that's going to be, I'm really excited, to be with them and to see them, and to try to make sure that they're going to be okay too. I know how hard it is to lose a parent. It's the worst, and I was very young when I lost my mother. So, this is the first really huge loss for them, and they're young women. And my husband, their father, would want them to live a full and happy life. So I want to make sure, and I think I've been pretty clear with them, and they understand that. That is why they're like, come on, let's go do something fun. Let's go celebrate my father. So that's what we're going to do this weekend. And I think I'm doing pretty good handling all of this and trying to be congruent. I'm not sugarcoating my grief. I'm not I don't know, I'm not in denial of anything. So I'm trying, I hope. I
Well, you
hope.
hope. It sounds like you're doing really well. From what I heard you say, it sounds like you've increased your social activity.
Mhm.
You're planning things for you to do, and doing that, planning as well as going out is, making you happier. And it sounds like it may be, contributing to a better mood and keeping you from feeling those moments of sadness from the loss of your husband.
Mhm. Yeah, so those are all like my initial thoughts. I know that also going out into the yard. I've been climbing my lemon tree and picking lemons. So that's also been helpful. I don't want to fall into any bad habits either. I as soon as we get off this call, I'm gonna this session, I'm going to have make dinner and have a glass of wine. And again, it's those maladaptive coping mechanisms that I don't want to fall back on either. I want to make sure that I'm not trying to cover up my grief in any way. Also, I don't want to drink too much and then it just makes things worse. I know in
Mhm.
my mind that alcohol is a depressant, but I have to tell my body that sometimes, because I don't know, sometimes I accidentally drink too much
Right.
for dinner. So it's a problem in my family for sure that I have to be aware of, and I can't just always use that as a crutch. So I think that's why I'm always looking for healthy ways to cope, because I know that my family and my parents, when there was a funeral or when there was the celebration or was there anything that happened, it was always lots and lots of drinking, so I'm really afraid of headed in that direction. So those are one of the things I know about myself.
Mhm.
So I'm really trying to be healthy about this.
Well, that's really good, Denise. You're saying a lot. Well, one, I want to say, I hear that when you're talking about that, it sounds like your voice is kind of changing a little bit. Is that hard for you to share?
Yes, it's I guess it's hard for me to admit, because I'm a mom and I'm a grown woman and I should have everything all together and know how to do this. But, I don't, as we age, you get older, you don't necessarily get wiser unless you're paying attention, so I'm trying to pay attention. And yes, it does, I guess it's been a source of shame, in my family, with the drinking and the, well, drugs and alcohol go hand in hand. So yeah, it does change me. It's shameful. So I guess that is what you're hearing is shame.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good point.
Well, I I hear you saying that, but what I also hear is acknowledgement. And I think that's something you should really focus on, because if you can acknowledge that, that's something you need to work on, that's the first step of getting to the place where you can work on it.
Right.
And you've already done that. You realize that it's something that you don't want to do. You acknowledge that it's a problem within your family, and it's something that you are aware of, that you are doing, that you want to decrease, and you are decreasing it by increasing your healthy coping mechanisms, such as the yoga that we talked about before, going to the gym, and things like that. So I really think you're doing pretty good. I commend you for that.
I really am trying. And again,
Mhm.
like my girlfriends and like my friends that I know, we're older now. So when we were younger, it was like, hey, let's go have margaritas. Now we're a little bit older. It's like, well, maybe, but probably not.
Mhm.
Probably we won't do that. So it's also, with wisdom, it just all of us are getting older. So that's not who we are anymore, and also again, I'm a mom and I'm an aunt, and nobody wants an old drunk aunt at the party. Like I'd be so embarrassed. So I guess we're back to shame again, right? Like that would be so shameful and embarrassing.
Mhm.
So yes, I have to just make sure that, because the loss of my husband has been a big blow and it was unexpected. And I'm just hoping that, I mean, I'm still in shock. I think I may still be in shock, because at times I cannot believe that this is my reality, that he's not here. It's so strange. So just trying to cope with it and come to terms with it. I believe I've accepted it. I believe I understand what's going on. I'm trying to do the next thing, but I guess grief comes in waves, and just knocks you down every now and then. So I'm trying.
You're right. Grief does come in waves. let me ask you, how are you said, when I asked you at the beginning how you were feeling, you kind of told me a little bit of how you're feeling, but as we're kind of going a little further in, you seem a little down today.
Um, well, I started off okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess talking about these things are difficult, and I guess in my daily life, I'm so busy, I'm so busy with school, I'm so busy with this and that. So, like, to stop and even talk about my husband is not something I do a lot because I'm not around a lot of people. I'm home with my son, and it's my son and I. When I do see my friends, we do talk about my husband because, he was a part of our friend group. And it is sad. It does get sad. And I hope that's part of me just being congruent, when I'm happy, I smile, and when I'm sad, I cry. That's how I'm pretty easy to read. And I think that's a good thing because a younger me would have put on a smiley face and said, I'm okay. Now that I'm older, I don't. I understand I need to feel these feelings, and people will be okay.
Mhm.
They'll be okay with them. It's not, I don't feel like I'm judged by people. People are going to say, oh my God, look at her falling apart over there.
Mhm.
I
So
don't,
go
I don't
ahead.
really think so. So
So I
yeah, I
wonder.
guess it's trying to be congruent.
Mhm. Okay. So I wonder something. So you talked about, being busy. And what I wonder is, are you so busy that you keep yourself from feeling these feelings on purpose?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly right. I always have a to-do list, and I have plenty to do all the time. That keeps me, it gets me out of bed in the morning, because at night I write in my journal, and then I have a list of things that I need to do tomorrow. And they get me up and they get me out of bed because I'm not working anymore. So there's no reason for me to set an alarm and get up. I do, whatever I want. So I need to have a reason to get up, and I need things to do. Um, and
Mhm.
I know that about myself. And again, I'm thankful that my son is here because I get up, I move around, I do, run my errands, I make dinner. And if he wasn't here, I think I might slip into more of a depression, So yes, I do make lists and I do stay busy. What I have to be careful of is over committing, you
Yes.
know.
Mhm.
So
I'm
I
glad you said it because that's what I was
yeah,
going to say.
I
Mhm.
guess finding the balance would be a good goal for me, just finding the right balance of, I don't want to, yeah, I'll overdo it. I will overschedule myself for sure and stay really busy.
Mhm. Yeah, I think finding balance is key. I as we move forward, we're going to make this our termination session, as we've talked about. But going forward, I think finding balance is definitely going to be key. I think one way you could possibly, well, instead of me telling you, let me ask you, what is one way you think you could do that?
Well, I have my calendar and I have it all set with schoolwork and personal things that I need to do, and I try to space things out. So I try to make sure that I have space. I'm not running from one thing to the next because everything takes longer than you think in real life. So I
Mhm.
try to provide a cushion for myself, and it's also the days, whatever I'm doing, and I try to give myself compassion if I don't get these things done. I think,
Mhm.
again, they're getting me out of bed. I have things to do. I have papers to write. And these are all good things, but I don't want to get so stressed out about, because I have friends who will call, hey, let's go, let's go. I've said no, no, I have schoolwork. So I'm trying to set boundaries, with people. So yeah, I will continue to do that.
Okay. So I
Definitely.
hear something that I have to ask about because it's I'm slightly confused by it. It seems a little incongruent to me.
Mhm,
So you have your calendar, and
mhm,
on your calendar, you have things planned out that you would like to do.
mhm,
Earlier, you had mentioned that you plan out your social activities as well.
mhm.
But a moment ago, you said that if you have, schoolwork, you tell your friends, hey, nope, I have schoolwork, I'm doing my schoolwork. So that going back to our balance thing, what does that look like as far as balance? How often are you, denying your friends and activities, social things for schoolwork?
So here's what I do. If I look at my calendar and it's too busy, we have big papers going on. I'll have friends will say, "Hey, can we do something on Friday?" I'll say, "No, I have a big paper due, but I'll give you like next Saturday." So I always, and I don't flat out say no because I've been a student for so long. I've lost a lot of friends because
Mhm.
I was in school, I'd go to school. Now that my husband has passed, they're all reaching out. So I want to make sure I keep those channels open. So when I do say no, I can't go that day. And again, looking at my calendar, I can't go that day, but I can do this day. And so that's how I'm trying to like stay clear and focused. I think I'm really trying to balance, things out. And my friends are being really, really understanding, who's gonna, right now everybody's very understanding with me. And we do have more time. A lot of my friends are older, so some of them have retired, so they have lots of time, so it's mostly lunches.
Okay.
So I'm trying that way, to
Mhm.
again try not to overwhelm myself. Because I've done that in the past, with work and school, running from work and school. That level of stress, I just don't want to put that on myself if I can help it again. you
Right,
know?
right. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. What I hear is that you are essentially using compromise to stay balanced.
Yeah. I'm trying. I really am trying. And again, my friends wouldn't take it personally. If I say I can't come out, they're understanding. These are my long suffering friends. Again, I said no to them for years because I had school and I just did not have time. So now they understand, I have school and this is a priority and I'll see you next week. So
Okay.
yeah, these are good friends. Some of the superficial friends, they usually fall away, with time. So they don't reach out. Yeah.
So then going forward, I know that you're doing your yoga, you're going to the gym, and those are the things that you're using for not only self-care, but it sounds like it's a part of your to-do list, which helps you stay on track so that way you don't have those heavy moments of feeling the grief of your husband. What are some other things that you're going to do going forward?
I think like getting up, going to the gym, healthier eating habits. Again, my son just moved in and he brings home pizza. He brought me French fries this afternoon. I ate them. So it's just like, maybe saying no to that and I'll have it on Saturday, just, like I'm doing to my friends. So I think I know that when I eat better and I sleep better and, I know all these things go together. So better self-care just has to be on my top of my list.
Okay, so just better self-care. Okay, all right. So, how do you feel about us ending session?
Um, I think that by us talking these things out through all of our time together, it's really helped me clarify some things